Gagasi FM, Sanmonani. Welcome to it. It's another Monday, so Nyazi. Every single Monday we have exciting conversations with exciting people, especially Bakhona la KwaZulu Natal. Today we are chatting to Indodakazi Olahleko that came back home. She came to KZN. Minnie Ntuli. She went out and about, and she was like, "No, man, I'm not the lad. I need to go back home." And she came back just a little over a year ago. She came to Gagasi FM. Minnie Ntuli, she is the other half of the mayhem in the AM with the Felix Ntuli.
Felix Ntuli.
Felix Ntuli.
He's the one taking the surname.
How are you?
I'm good. I think this is so awkward.
How?
Firstly, I'm always on the other side. Okay.
I love it.
Two, I was just saying, I always avoid interviews. Because we expect to ukubona lo mina mzwa emoyeni noma asoka mbona ku TV when I'm actually a totally different person. So it's like, do I become myself or am I gonna give you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's the biggest shock. Also when people meet me and we go, like I'm at a mall or whatever.
Yeah.
If I'm not working, I'm gonna be myself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm so shy and I'll smile.
And people don't get that.
They don't.
They don't get that. Because in studio, mouth is.
Yeah.
It's like 2-3 of you having a conversation.
Yes.
With millions of people, of course.
You know?
But
and then on social media, I kind of, it's fun. It's social media, right? I can do whatever. But in real life, I am, oh my gosh, like, do I really have to go outside? Do I really have to talk about my whatever? But like, I am that person. I love being with myself.
Yeah. Tell us about you growing up, Kwamapumulo. You were born there and you grew up in New Germany. Tell me about that, having a place like that, that you call home, Emakaya, outside of the buzz of the city life.
Everything else.
Yeah.
Growing up, you first go, oh my gosh, you're going to the farms.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning, go talk to the cows, and you give them names. You change their names like every day. And you're like, Robert.
No, come on.
Stop it.
Jamlut.
You change the names, and there's Kono Jamlut in every home, right? But you give them new names because the Jamluti names are not working. Okay. Robert, be nice to Macy. Okay. Be nice to Macy. And you try to wake up before they leave the car. But, they leave too early, so you probably catch them when they come back. It's like, how was the trip? Okay. And then after that, it gets kind of boring, all right? Because now cooler and with December holiday, your parents are gonna go drop you off there and they live their best lives, right? Remember, our parents had it figured out, this life thing, at a very young age. Like, dude, by the time my parents were my age, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have kids. I am not married. Like, and so they still young, so they live their lives. They drop us off, and they're gonna live their lives. And then so they put them on holiday and they remember their parents. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, kids.
But we dropped off kids somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
That's the best hack, by the way.
Was it your mom or my mom?
That's the best hack. Trust me, I have 2 kids.
Oh, is that what you do?
Lalela, the moment I can find my mom free.
But yes, that time you're speaking about a 3-month-old baby. I'm sure it's ridiculous.
No, it's and grandparents actually love it. You're born now, they love it.
Maybe. I don't know. My mom has told me straight up, so guys, I just finished with my last kid in school. Like my last born who went to second year.
No. I think there's a gap between when you are finished with your own kids to when the grandkids come.
Yeah.
So she's still in that gap.
Yeah, she's
Trust
like,
me.
she's like, oh.
You know when it gets to the grandkids, fine, she'll be unstoppable. Trust me. So now, Mauyaga Kamapumulo, do you still have the same sentiments? Because I think when we grow up, things change.
Yeah.
You love it now.
I absolutely love it. It's so peaceful. You see so much beauty in it. Kuhle man. Uyabona futhi ukuthi ibengidinga ukukhaya. Yabo. Ukubona mawungekho right and all of a sudden you go home and then you come back.
You don't have to do anything. You get there, you can just sleep on the couch and you wake up, you're like,
oh, I can go back to the big bad world
I'm
now.
good now.
You know what I mean? And I have the same effect also when I go home, like in New Japan. Because you know the industry we're in, it can be quite vile. It can be quite vile.
Yes.
That is a whole different conversation. And so you kind of need your... ngiyabona ukuba nabantu okwazi ukukhuluma nabo bathembe kodwa udinga indawo
Need a safe space.
ngiyibona safe space indawo uyabona bebe when God says run to me umi wakho usuke kephi?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Where is your place of peace where you normally find your God? And then you cry. And I think that should be the effect of what home is. Do you understand? Because not everyone has a home like that. Kona uKhulekani ngana peace. So message to go home and you find rest. For them, that doesn't make sense. Like they don't get what you're talking about. So if you reference home to God, you're done.
Yeah, the Bible says, he that finds a secret place, he that hides in the secret place of the Most High God, shall abide under the shadow. And it goes on to say, 1,000 shall fall on his left, 10,000 on his
Hey,
right. He will not see any harm because he is hidden.
Hey!
So I
In
think,
plain sight. Can you imagine? You're hidden in
You are
plain
hidden.
sight.
so when you find a space like that, outside of the turmoil, outside of the havoc and the chaos, it's very good.
Yeah.
You've been on national platforms, you've been on
Yes.
provincial platforms.
Yeah.
Tell me about the conversations that were hampering, as you said earlier on. It is a vile industry that we're in. The circumstances that sometimes you would have found yourselves in, some of the things that you did now you never thought, that's how we do it. Tell me about those things. I want to get into it.
Yeah. All the different radio stations I've worked at have a different culture.
Yeah.
All of them.
Gagasi is the best value.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. All of them have a different culture. And the biggest mistake I made is thinking, culture yafana yonke indawo. But you learn quickly that ihlukile. That's why I always encourage abantu abasha abakhetha lo mkhakha sikuwona ungasebenza endaweni yodwa for isikhathi eside. One, uba nestyle esodwa. Two, uba inkinga emsebenzini ngoba uqala ukubona inkinga everywhere. And you're constantly complaining about the place you're working at. It's because you've stayed for too long.
Yeah.
And you're refusing to adapt. If you're going to stay for a place for a long time, it's okay if you understand the importance of adapting and constantly changing.
Yes.
Do you understand? Or else you become a problem and you become stale. So that's why people get excited about the new talent all the time wherever something is happening. It's fresh, it's exciting. Do you understand? But now and when so let's make an example even ngokuba like hi yabo kunezinto ekuthiwa when you go to outreach and whatever CSIs right. If wena unale ngqondo uthi ay mina kade ngangahamba as 16 njengabalaleli, how else will you connect with you outside of the listening platform? You know, that's you refusing to connect with us and refusing to adapt and change to how things are now done. Mhlawumbe wafika ema-CSI angakenziwa noma angakabi i-parades, you know what I mean? So when you start to refuse to follow certain rules, mhlawumbe wafika wena usibani bane-PI yakho manje usewumphathi wakho awusakwazi ukulalela i-authority. That's a danger of seeing progress in front of you. If uzoqhama nomqondo wengane uyahluleka uku-understand ukuthi manje uKhulekani somphathi wami, so I need to
give him his place.
Give him his place and ngihloniphe. Angikwazi ukuqhubeka ngimbona as a peer. Ayibo uKhulekani ngangihlanyelwe wena. It's weird. And that's why you find workplaces once in a while, no matter what industry, they are safe.
Yeah.
We're getting rid of the bad
influences.
You know? So I saw that is one thing I saw happening across all radio stations. They don't like bad influences in any company culture. So, and everywhere I go, I always intend to stay for long. So if you're going to sit there and wonder, what is her secret? I am dedicated to making sure that I give my best. And in part of giving your best, in any platform, in any industry, I will be flexible. I will be flexible. Be flexible.
What sort of thing, Kusimo Mqondo Sakho, in your own attitude that you had about Gagasi FM when you came here? And when you got here, you're like, I was totally wrong. I was so wrong. What's that one thing?
A lot of things.
Because you were working, predominantly you were working for
Predominantly
white radio stations.
Yes.
White listen to radio stations.
You know, yes. No order. You know, what the hell's going on? And one thing I really did find is order.
Yeah.
This is probably one of the most strictest places I've ever worked at when it comes to time. It's
very strict.
Yeah, it's got some
very strict.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
And also when you're coming, and I'm coming to do a breakfast show, it's not going to be a place where because you're breakfast, it's fine, you can arrive late. No, guys. It's breakfast. Give it the respect. If you want to be talked about the whole country, then potentially the whole world, the team itself at its core needs to have the highest discipline. The highest form of discipline needs to be found in breakfast first, so it filters down throughout the station.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So honestly, it is the order and the strictness. And I'm very surprised, and I love that because it forces me to become a better broadcaster.
Yeah.
To make sure that, hey, yeah, come on, this is what I want to be a part of. Because remember also, we're in an industry that's particularly small. You can cut the number of broadcasters right in KZN. So I know, you know, some of the things. It's like, okay, yes, do you know now? We can't do that. And here, especially in the year 2023 in Gila, we did the most impact on the ground throughout the whole province, even, dare I say, in the country when it comes to radio. Our numbers, the things we did on the ground, we shook radio stations. They did not see Gagasi FM coming in the year 2023. And I think the year 2024 is going to be crazy. It is going to be insane. You know, once you see one station do something, everyone starts to pick up the patterns.
They gravitate.
And the competition gets tougher and tougher.
Yeah.
And tougher.
So we are turning 18 as Gagasi FM this year. It is 2024.
Yes.
And it's a brand new year.
Yes.
Basakazike unyaka wabo uqala ngo-April. You've spoken what to do. We are going to do crazy things in the year 2024.
Yeah.
Does that mean Minnie Ntuli is still on Gagasi FM in the year 2024, or we'll have to wait?
You know what? I'm praying, dear boss, if you're watching this, I would pray that when you decided with the whole team sitting down,
dear
going,
boss,
you know, understand? I can only hope it was worth it fetching me, you know?
Yeah.
I can sit down and say to myself, hey, I think I've killed it. I think I deserve another turn at this.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that we need to understand as young people in this industry. Are you what the station still needs? Yes, you're good at what you do.
Yeah.
But are you what we need now for today's consumer? I'm a consumer. At some point, I remember being young and listening to Alex and the Morning Crew.
Yeah.
Okay? And I was
Everyone
going to
did.
school. Come on, right? And all of a sudden, there are kids listening to The Uprising with Felix Lopenomini.
Yeah.
So you're trying to tell me that the listener is still the same?
Nah, can't
No,
be.
it's not.
Can't be.
So, nestage ifanele sihambelane nalokho manje sekudingwa abantu. What comes first is the listener. What comes first is you.
So what's next for Minnie Ntuli? Outside of the Gagasi FM reveal that's coming up in the next few weeks, but yeah, what's next for
I
you?
love how you asked me that. I encourage you to follow me on social media so you get to know me. This year I'm more dedicated to showing people who I am outside of the radio. I know some call me Miss Energy. The girl's loud. Oh my gosh, I love her. She's
Whenever you
vibes.
find Minnie here in the corridors, she's always dancing. By the way.
Gosh, close, very close. But on social media, man, this year I want to dedicate myself to showing you who I am. I'm more of a conversationalist. There are things I really care about out there that happen in uKhulekani that I want to show the world, you know. And I believe in impact.
That's
I don't think I'm an influencer. I'd like to think I'm influential. That's a chat that my friends and I've been having for the past 15 years. It's actually I didn't do my influence, and I didn't like it. I didn't understand it. Because back then, but mind you had numbers, right? But I was like, no, I want to be believable when you look at me. I want you to see me and believe that I have your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
You know, that I'm not going to sell you something that doesn't make sense. If I have to sell you something, I'm not going to go outside my belief system. I want to show you more of who I am, and I don't want to be afraid to talk about God. And sometimes we're told we talk too much about God. And then something hit me this year, and God said, if not me, then who?
That's such a very powerful statement, because we live in a society that wants to shut out a lot of people who speak about God, who proclaim Him and His life. Literally, you have this one entity that you owe your being, you owe your entirety to. But society tells you, no, don't talk about Him. Like, how?
How, Sway?
How?
Then there was I talk about clubs, drinking, alcohol.
Guys,
you know what I mean?
no.
Like, I want to let you in my journey, the things I struggle with when it comes to my faith, the worldly things that I struggle with that I've seen in the past. You know when you're sitting and God gives you a revelation and say, oh, yeah, get in. It's like, God, no. But come on, like, can we negotiate like one more time? Can I do it one more? Those are the conversations I want to have with young people. You know, the real things.
How do you get over
Bro.
the I want to call them the hurdles of teenagehood?
Come
The
on.
hurdles of young adulthood.
Come on.
Like literally right now, there are shows, there are TVs, there are influencers, there are everything perpetuating a culture that God is absolutely against.
That
but
is
how
leading
do
us
I
to
now?
darkness.
It's leading us to darkness. But
But it's
how
the
do I
easiest way.
grow myself out of that influential space that tells me you either this or you are not cool?
You look for the narrow door.
Yeah.
The wider it is, the more detrimental that ending is going to be. Because it's wider, it's easy to get in and out and do as you please. The narrower it is, very few have walked down that path. But you're often not going to see footsteps coming back. Most times they're just going forward. And the end are probably golden gates that says, hey, I told you it's going to be worth it. You know?
Ladies and gentlemen, Minnie Ntuli. I need to find a pastor that's not married. I think you have a mom from DC.
God, please don't. That's one of the things. Don't now. Please. Impression. This woman for this. This thing I can't climb on tables like.
I saw you climbing on tables.
Bro.
Like literally in our boardroom.
Bro,
Like,
we're turning 18, and the boss told me I could do it. You tell me you're gonna pass an opportunity to climb on it. Some people back in the radio station. Ngan prove because I Gagasi. With permission.
But if you come in here, don't climb. You're gonna break our stuff. This is like millions, guys. Please. When do we catch you on social?
It's Minnie _Ntuli on Instagram. It's Ntuli_Minnie on TikTok, and Minnie _Ntuli everywhere else. Man, come join the family.
The diamond. You used to go by
the diamond. Yeah, KZN's diamond.
Yes.
That's who I am. Absolutely, would love you to be a part of that family.
Thank you so much.